Hey guys, welcome to my daily video. I'm here with this crazy thing and I want to collect pollen and do a pollination video, so let's have a look. Well, first I saw that the flower bud was messed up. It looked crooked, so I felt like maybe it's a good idea to move the plant under the time lapse, and that's what I did. Had it under the time lapse over the night, and now it's open and a part is missing. There, it's literally ripped open because the flower bud was just not fully there. I'm not sure why it developed this. I suspect the heat, but I'm not sure. So check out the plant. This is a Imperialis hybrid, I think, but the flower is insanely big. Very nice plant. I love it, and I want to collect pollen now, and I want to pollinate it with Arboricola, and it will be the father for the Arboricola that's still open, but it's already closing. I just missed the time, but the grass was so important. We were full of ticks in the last days, and I always try to, when I cut the grass, I'm not cutting it way down to the roots, because I do not want to hit any kind of living things. So I'm always cutting it back to the point where we can walk across it without having ticks on us. Okay, let's get started before that little fly is stealing all the pollen. Both Mika and Kami are inside the house. It's too hot. It's so hot that everyone was moving like in time lapse. And I'm a little bit worried about Kami with the heat. She's not a young cat anymore, so every year a strong summer with high temperatures is hard on her. Had the same with Snoopy, and I was always worried about him in summer. So yeah, they are inside, and I put the bedroom fan on them, ventilator, so they get a little bit of fresh air too from time to time. Inside it's also hot, but a little bit better than outside, especially in front of the ventilator. Yeah, okay. We got a lot of pollen from this half flower, and there are more flower buds. Let me show you. There, we have two more, and when they open up, I will move this plant into the time-lapse room again, and we will do it right, because this is such a beautiful flower when it's fully open. I've shown it before, and I've posted photos, videos. I've called it a mystery Trichocereus. Meanwhile, pretty positive that it's an Imperialis hybrid, maybe with Purpureo pilosus, but definitely something with big flowers, because this is one of the plants that has the biggest flowers in my whole collection, among the biggest flowers. And yeah, I've seen these being labeled as Bach's faux scope too. And yeah, if you take a close look at them, I mean, you see the spines. These are blunt spines, and these are classic Echinopsis spines. So there is a Echinopsis involved here, probably Echinopsis irisi candiflora, something like that. But this is definitely the cross between two Trichocereus, or one Trichocereus and an Echinopsis, you know, like the spines here, these spines could come from Telegonus or Echinopsis irisi candiflora. If you look at the body, it's really thick compared to the Telegonus hybrids, but it's also very similar to Purpureo pilosus. I have a few in the greenhouse, and I feel like that species might have been involved. But it's always hard when you only see a flower. In regards to the flower, this looks similar to Arboricola, for example, but also Peruvianus. The skin looks a little bit waxy, yeah, which is also something that tells us something. Must have been a species. One of the species must have been had a skin like something like this, a little bit waxy, a little bit shiny. That is usually a trait that you can use to find out more about what kind of plant you have here. Short tube, but we will have to look at the other tube. I mean, we cannot use this plant as a standard, like this flower as a standard for this one. Like I said, when it's flowering fully, the flowers are insane, really big. It's a really cool plant. Yeah, and I want to pollinate it, so I will pause the video now, and then we'll go to the Arboricola and pollinate it, get some pollen and all. This thing needs some love right now. Here's the pollen that we collected. And now we will go to the other greenhouse. It's so hot that my ears are like, they feel like they're burning up. At this point, I shouldn't be outside, but I just didn't have time before. And I have a few plants that I want to pollinate. I do not want to miss out on them, especially also the filming. It's already bad enough that I missed the perfect time for the Arboricola hybrid. This morning, the flower looked perfect, and I filmed it a little, but not as much as I wanted to. Okay, it's super hot in here, so we can't stay long. Let's get some pollen first, and then we collect pollen. Yeah, this is nice. Lots of pollen on the brush. Should have measured it this morning, but I haven't had my meter with me, and I didn't want to go out again. I had such a lot of work with the mowing and all. The mowing here, the grassland and all, it's totally out of control. I don't know what to do. I'm really long term. The plan is to get all the trees, the big trees that surround it, cut back to reduce the humidity, so these ticks cannot populate so much. Trying to get the area opened up a little bit. We have so much natural land, but where I work with the cacti, we need it a little bit different. We need the grass outside of out of reach. I don't want to touch grass when I walk around in the garden, because you will never be able to catch them all. This week I had like multiple ticks alone. Like I suddenly realized that my leg isn't functioning anymore, and that was when I realized I must have gotten some tick bites again. I notice it when my muscles suddenly make problems again. So yeah, we will try to open it up here together. We will do this on the channel. I wanna try to get the tree situation under control, because the trees also take a lot of light from the greenhouses. I used to have a friend who helped me with this kind of stuff, but it's, you know how it is in life sometimes. So I need to do this stuff myself. I need to learn how to do it myself. I cannot, in life, you cannot wait for others to help you. That's not a good thing. In life, when you get help, that's great, but it's not something you can automatically count in. I try to do everything alone here, but it isn't possible. With the, you've seen the grassland and all, so I'm glad that I get help moving plants and all. But what we have here, that's really hard to control. I just want to be able to have a normal garden, so we will, in the next years, we will do some stuff here. I don't want to use insecticides in, like, you know, toxins and all that stuff. I don't want to use anything to wipe them out, because it would probably also affect the good insects that are everywhere around here. We have so much life around with the birds and all. You can hear the birds in almost every video that I record, and that means something to me. It's because we and I had kept an eye on to keep natural, like, land where things can actually live, not a, I don't know, parking lot. So, but that also has a lot of side effects when you see how many ticks we have here. Isn't easy, but we will get it under control. I will tell you that. We will get it under control. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much done here. I am also personally done, because I cannot stay in this hot greenhouse anymore. It's just too hot. So let's do the pollination. I will get some pollen from that other one too, but we will first go to the first plant and pollinate that one. So we now have pollen here, and that one will be our father. And it's the Arboricola hybrid that you see here. Okay, so here is this thing. Should have brought the pollen bag with me, because we could have reloaded, you know, but doesn't matter. So this plant is now pollinated with Arboricola and grandiflorus hybrid by Miss Plant, and yeah, I will pollinate it with it again. I want to get more pollen, so, but first let's see if there's pollen here for this one, so we can pollinate the other one, the Arboricola. The goal is to get a bigger flower, and this one has a big flower if it isn't messed up like today. Today's the first time that it had this flower mutation, so I do not think it is like a long-term problem, more something that happens once because of a poor situation with the water. Yeah, okay, so there isn't a lot of pollen anymore because we took it all, so I'll be working with my pollen bag here. Just gotta label it first. So, mystery. There are a few videos with this plant already. Check them out, because it's an interesting plant, and the flower looks amazing when it is fully open. So let me just take the camera to the Arboricola again, and then we'll get more pollen and pollinate that other one. I'm really cooking. Tomorrow I will only go out with skin protection. This is just too much. I'm always moving, so it isn't that I'm sitting in the sun for like an hour, but I don't like how much sun I'm getting. I'm always out because of the pets, you know. They always want to go out, so I go with them a few times a day, and what happens is I basically sit in the sun all the time. Okay, yeah, I gotta pause the video. I only have I do not have the tripod here. Okay, here it is. So the pollination is, the cross of the pollination is Sorensia arboricola crossed with variegated grandiflorus by Miss Plant. That's the mother, and the father is the mystery plant that I have shown you earlier, probably an imperialis hybrid. But you know how it is when you just see the body, whether it could be like Pachanoi, Peruvianus, one of these, you know, if you get one parent right and not the other, you will never 100% know what kind of parents were involved. You can look at the body and try to guess, but it's never reliable. So over here, we have that spiral Wurlitz hybrid, and this one will get something yellow, something telegonoides. I think this is just a too amazing flower. Look at it. I love it. I need to take cuttings of this one too. I need to propagate it. Okay, so now we will pollinate with the pollen that I collected earlier from the Arboricola. Yeah, we will try to get something that flowers like Arboricola, but which has bigger flowers. And this thing here, I will do another time lapse. You will be blown away. The flower is insanely big and beautiful also. This is one of my most beautiful botanicals or hybrids with white flower. So, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's the cross right now. Mystery plant crossed with Sorensia arboricola and grandiflorus, variegated grandiflorus. It's the flower in center here. There are two more, and I'm already looking forward showing this plant in its original shape. Let's have a look at the body again. I want to show you how similar it looks to a tersheki, for example. If you just look at the girth, this is a very, very thick one. So if you just look at the body, you might be definitely seeing something like tersheki hybrid, and it might be, you know. But the spines here, they are definitely not from tersheki spines here. These are Echinopsis spines, probably. Echinopsis, Telegonus, something like that can produce these kinds of spines. I have a few of these, like hybrids that have exactly this kind of spination. And I want to show you. It's a great opportunity. Let's have a look. Okay, here is one. And check out the waxy skin. And you know what this is? Purpureo pilosus. Check out how it grows with these crooked arms, crooked side arms. That's Purpureo pilosus. So, yeah, must be something similar. Almost certainly. I'm waiting for this one to flower. We will see how this one will look like when it's flowering. So far, this plant gets bigger and bigger, but isn't flowering. Pretty bothered by that. Okay, so here's an open flower. So for this one, what will we do with this one? Nothing white. Maybe the Arboricola. But we'll see. I'll think about it. I want to see if I have a little bit more pink stripes pollen. Yeah, okay. So we could also do the cross with the Wurlitz and the one I've just shown you, like the big columnar. Would give us a hybrid between Wurlitz and a columnar plant. I would really like that. I think we are doing that. So that one will probably be the father for it. But I want to collect pollen first, so I'll probably move it out. Yeah, and apart from that, it's so hot that I'm worried about the fruits that are already developing. They might drop if it's so hot. And now that the grass is a little bit shorter, it probably puts a bit of pressure on the tick population here. Okay guys, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, and yeah, there'll be more videos coming soon. I'm sorry if it's too much right now. It won't stay like that. So long term, I try to post once a day, but not too much. But it's just flower time, and everything is so amazing. If I don't post them now, I cannot show them for like half a year or so, because I need to empty the phone all the time to have more space to record. So I'm trying to upload whatever I can, and later I will substantially slow down. But right now it's just too much good stuff to show. All right, bye.